we told that step by step about this particular deployment. Okay. So what I'm going to do is today I'm going to go step by step. Okay. Now, think of a scenario that you want to deploy a code or you want to run a application. So first is you have to install the software related to that. Okay. So I will be sharing this entire folder with you. So you will get all the things from here. Wait a second. Downloads. So I will share this entire folder with you, this PHP project. So here there are many things, PHP project. So you'll get all the details, all the modules, interview questions and all will be there. But all the commands which I'm going to use, everything is present here. So yesterday I told that when you design an application, you should think about few aspects: fault tolerance, high availability. You should think about scalability, security, and ease of usage. If you think about these aspects, there are high chances that your software will be a good one. When we started, we told that this is what we aim to do in the first stage. We will try to create a EC2 instance, and on top of that EC2 instance, we will try to create our on top of that EC2 instance, we'll try to deploy our content, and then we will take an image of that so that I can use it for, so I will take an image and snapshot so that in future I can do load balancing and auto scaling on that. Okay, so this is what my aim was to achieve. So this is what I want to achieve in today's class. I'll start from here. And this is what I will try to achieve. Okay, so what you have to do is first, you need to start with an instance. So let me go to my cloud account. Let me just log off from this account. Log in back. Let's see. So I will pick a region. I will pick Mumbai. And today I will launch a EC2 instance, which is in Mumbai region. Okay. So I will stick to this. I have one instance running. Let me just go ahead and delete this. I think this is from morning class. Terminate this. Okay, I'll launch an instance. I will launch a Ubuntu instance. Why? Because all the scripts and all what I have is written in Ubuntu. So I will say my PHP web server. Okay, give any name of your choice. Come all the way down here. What operating system would you like to go with? I will like to go with Ubuntu, which is the latest version is Ubuntu 20.04, and it comes with free tier, and it is and cover under free tier. Then I'll come all the way down here. I will go with T2 micro, which is covered under free tier. Key pair, I will use a key pair which I already have. This Mumbai KP is what I have created. And in the security group, I will use this security group, create a select an existing security group where I will be using this PHP project security group. Okay. So all these things I had done yesterday only. Now I'm going to go ahead and simply say that let's go ahead and connect. So this is successful. Let me come here. And this is my PHP instance. I will wait for this to come up. Meanwhile, when it is coming up, I will also do one more thing. I will launch a RDS. I will later tell you why I'm launching a RDS, but I will first launch a RDS so that when I have to use it, it is ready for me to use. Let me just go to RDS. I can see something from my morning class. Let me just delete both of them first. 1 second. Delete this. Okay, so both are getting deleted. Okay, I'll create a new database. So I'll use standard create. I will use MySQL. If you want, you can use Aurora also, but I'll use MySQL. I'll go with free tier version. The database name, you can give anything. I will give as at database 123. The username for me is admin, and the password will be pass123456. Pass123456. I will use T2 Micro. So T2 Micro is here. Then I leave everything as default. I'll not touch anything else. And in the security group, I will be using the default VPC, and in the VPC, I'm using the default this thing. I don't want to use this. I will use the one which I've created, this default PHP security group. Here I've already opened port number 3306. And that is all. In additional configuration, just come here and mention your database name, database 123. Go all the way and leave everything as it is. Say I want to create a database. Here it says the type. Okay, I will give it as 1234 because it is telling the name is already existing. So I'm just giving a different name here. 1234. Create a database for me. So this database will get created in the background. You can see it is getting created as of now. See here, it is in creating state. It will take some time. That's why I created it right now. Now back to this place. Now here is where my code, here is where my stuff is running. So I will try to connect to this. Let me see if I'm able to connect, or I can directly connect from here. Either way, it is okay. But one thing which you would see here, the default username or the username for this is Ubuntu. That is what you have to keep in your mind. So I'll try to connect to this machine. So let me just come here to this guy, my PHP, which is running, and it is using Mumbai KP, right? Just let me check once. Mumbai KP. Let's try to connect to this. Okay. Let's say UBU in Ubuntu @ whatever IP address you got. Then appearance, change, go for 16. Okay. Then SSH, auth, browse. And I think this Mumbai KP is what we have used. Open it up. It says, would you like to accept? I'm saying yes, and I am connected. Now, if you see here, Ubuntu is the default user. I will just come here and say sudo su hyphen host name will be PHP web server. Okay. And again, sudo su hyphen. Let me clear all these things. Now, when you start with the Ubuntu machine, the good thing is that Git is pre-installed. So if you come here and say Git -- version, you will see Git is pre-installed. So I don't have to install Git. Simply what I have to do is I'll come here and I will start my Bitbucket, whatever I have created. Bitbucket.org, and I will go to this and open this guy. Okay, so this is my code. So what I will do, I'll click on this and I'll get a command to clone this. So if you click on this clone, you will get a command to clone this. So just copy this command and paste it here. So what will happen? The code will be cloned for you. So cloning this, and it's a public repository, so you can also clone it, no problem. You clone this repository. Once the code is cloned, you can come here and do ls-l. You will see this code here. Go inside ls-l. This is the code which is present. Now this code I would like to use, or there are some set of softwares which are present here. So I would like to install this software. Now, all the commands which I'm using, once again. Okay, all the commands which I'm using is already present here. Okay, this is present here, like all these commands are present here. Okay, whatever I'm using, I'll share this content and you will get all these things. So I will go ahead and do chmod plus X, means I'm going to give execute permission to this script. And then I will run the script. So how to run the script? Like this, apt sh. So now it will take some time and it will go ahead and install all the required stuffs for you. Whatever is required, it will go ahead and install that for you. Okay, so let's wait for a minute or two. You will see all the softwares, whatever is required, will be installed for you. After this installation is done, see here, this is what I'm doing right now. You can run it via sh and then the script name or // the script name, it will run. After that, you will install a component called PHP Composer and you will go ahead and run this command, PHP Composer install. Once these two things are done, you can copy all the content to this location. This is what we were doing yesterday. So we will do the same thing. Let me come here. It will take some time. Let's wait. Okay, so it is done. Now let me clear all these things. Now I told I will run this command, PHP Composer for install. So this is a PHP component which needs to be installed. So this is installed. Okay, it says PHP component. Before that, I have to do this command in curl this PHP. So I have to need to run this curl command first. So this will bring that composer thing and then I can do the install. So this is downloaded. Now I can run this command, PHP Composer install. It says, would you like to install? Say yes. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to install the softwares or the background. I'm trying to prepare it for my PHP environment. So this is exactly what I'm trying to do. I have an instance and on top of that instance, I'm trying to install PHP. We are creating this EC2 in default VPC, but we created RDC in VPC that we created how? No. If you, Vaishnavi, if you see carefully, both the RDS and my EC2, both are in my default VPC only. In fact, if you go to my machine right now, I don't have any other VPC. I have only one VPC. I can show you that. So if I come to VPC, the custom VPC which I had created, I have already deleted it. So if you want, you can put it in your custom VPC. But if you see here in Asia Pacific Mumbai, I have only one VPC. So I have put everything in the same VPC. I'm not having two VPCs here. Anyhow, so this PHP environment is done. Now I will come here and I'll copy 3 files. So first set of files is this. So I'm copying the .php file. So everything related to PHP, I'm copying here first. Second is this set of commands. And the third is this set of commands. So basically there are 3 items which I need to copy: this vendor file, .php file, and AWS icon.png file. So these are the 3 things which I need to copy and bring it to this location. Now I'll go to this location, var www html. Okay, ls-l. You will see all the components present here. Now, because all the components are present here, I can treat this as a web server. So if I come here now, VPC dashboard, sorry, instance, take this, and say index.php. And you can see this thing is coming. Now, this local EC2 session will work because I have installed the software on this place. So if I click here and if I give my name and I say submit, Welcome Vikas, whatever name you have given. Refresh this page. If the session is valid, the form will not be shown. Means it will not go back to the previous screen where we started. So we started with this screen. Okay. Now DynamoDB will not work because we have not connected it to it. So it will fail. See here, it will fail. It is not working. Similarly, when you come to image to EBS volume, see here, this image is there. So image AWS icon.png is there. So this will reflect, or this will show to me. See, it came. But if I come a step back, if I go with image in S3, this will not show anything because there is no image. So what I will do is I will go back to my S3 and I will try to upload that image. Okay, whatever image I have, I will try to upload it. So let me come here. And this is the bucket which I had created for morning class. And here I have uploaded this image, AWS icon.png. It is basically the same image which I have here. Okay, so now I will come here and take the path of this. This is the path. This is the object URL. Take this, come back, and here you can see this s3 image.php. Okay, nano s3 image.php, and here I will change the URL. Sorry. This is the URL. Control X, Y, enter. Now come here and back to this location, refresh this. You can see this came up. Okay. Now, two more things I will do, and then I will tell you see, this is anywhere you want, you can deploy this. This will work like that only. I will show you what is the benefit if you use AWS. Just give me 1 minute. So this is my database. And this is my endpoint. So let me just change, and one more thing. I'll create a read replica of this. Okay. So I've told you that read replica is for better access so that the speed or the performance can be maintained. So I'll just create a read replica of this. Give me 1 minute. And then I'll explain one by one everything, whatever I have done here. Here we say RDS read replica, something like this I'll give. In Asia Pacific only, everything I'll remain as it is. And I will just go ahead and 1 second, just let me check where it is getting created. PHP. So all the features are same. I'm going to create a read replica of this. So you can see the read replica is getting created. Now I will make changes in the code. If you come here, I will come to this rds.php. Nano. Now here, if you come, it says, tell me the host name. So the host name will be this guy. Sorry. Host name will be this guy, the endpoint, followed by 3306. What is the DB username? So if you remember, while creating that, I gave the name as admin, and the password I gave as password 123456. Pass 123456. So this is my password. Control X, Y, enter. Okay. Now this is done. So I will simply come here and I will try to open this thing, RDS, and you can see it is getting connected, RDS database. Now the last one which I will do here, read replica. Others I will not do now. I will show you a different way of doing it. I'll go with this read replica. Let me come here. So it is a bit fast, I know, but I'll tell you why I'm a bit fast here. So I'll wait for this. Okay. Now I will just, I'll wait for this. Meanwhile, I'll also summarize whatever I've done till now. So basically, whatever I'm doing or whatever I've done till now, it is not something which you cannot do on your local machine. Somebody is giving you the code. Okay. So let me say the same code you get in your local machine. The same code you get in your local machine, this one. You take the same code, download it to your local, and then start running it. Okay. To run this, you will need to install few softwares. Basically, you need a PHP environment, and there you start running it. So this can be done anywhere. So what is the good thing? What is the good thing when it comes to cloud? The question should be asked, why are you showing me all these things? I can do all these things on my local machine also. What is the good thing? In your AWS machine, what you have done is you have brought up a Ubuntu machine. In that Ubuntu machine, you downloaded all of this, installed whatever is there in the script, did 2 installation of PHP, and then you moved everything to var www HTML, and you're running here. And then you're going inside each component and changing the URL. And based on that, it is pointing to that particular component. Like here, if I come and change this, it should point to my read replica, right? So let it come. It is still coming up, still creating, still not ready, I guess. So what is the big deal? What is the big deal if you are showing me all these things? So let me just finish this and I will show you what is the big deal and how cloud is better. Okay, how cloud is better. So let me just wait for 2 minutes. I'll just come back in 2 minutes. Okay, just wait for this endpoint and then I will show why cloud is better. Give me just 2 minutes.
Because we are not creating any like roles, right, for connecting from EC2 instance, we are giving the script, and from in that script we are giving the endpoints, and directly it is connecting to the database or S3 or whatever the links endpoints we are giving to that script, right?
That's what I'm saying. See here, there's no big thing. Okay, no big thing in the sense everything what you can do on your local machine, you're doing it on your cloud machine. Okay, so there is no big thing here. You're not using IAM, you're not using anything. Simple. You have a PHP code, you created a PHP environment, and you're running the code. Okay, there's no security, there is nothing here. I will tell you after this is done, how can you make this thing secure and easily reachable, accessible when it comes to cloud. Give me 2 minutes. Let this endpoint come up, and then I will go and show you all these things. I don't know how much time it will take. Just let's wait for this to get ready.
That website you are given, right, last, like public app, with public app, if you are directly giving, means it is not opening. Index.php, it is
see, if you give that directly, no, it will open index.html.
okay.
See, it is now redirecting you to PHP, but if you open it for the first time, no, it will redirect you to index.html. Index.html.
Okay.
Here, the default page of Ubuntu will come here. Index.html.
Okay.
Why it is coming? Because see here, index.html is also present here.
Yes, yes.
So I don't want to route it to index.html. I want to put it to index.php. Okay, I want to route it here. That's why. Let's wait for this. Still creating one. How much time it will take? I'll wait for this because this is important. I don't know why is it taking this much time. Ideally, it should not take this much time. I think now it will be done. It is done. Okay, now back here, and I will go with this rds_rr.php. Okay, nano rds _rr. Okay, so here it says, tell me the rds_rr host name. So let me copy this. DB username for me is same. Read replica will have same username, admin, and password will be pass 1 2 3 4 5 6, and here I'll give the port number. Okay, Control X, Y, enter. Okay, and then I will, okay, that's done. Now I will come back here and try to connect to this read replica. And you can see read replica DB getting connected. Now, if I have to, suppose this is only my website, okay, I have to do few more things, like I have to do load balancing and auto scaling. I will go ahead and go to action. This is my instance, right? I want the same instance to run in different regions. So I'll go here and I'll take an image of this. So let me just go ahead and take an image of this. It will say PHP image, and I will go ahead and create an image of this. Okay. Once the image is created, I will create load balancer and I'll create AMI of this. Sorry, load balancer and auto scaling group of this. And then I can run this instance in this fashion. So this is what I have done. All the software what I need, all the code what I need, I have put it here. Now I am taking an AMI of that. So the scenario can be that, okay, fine, it is running now, but there is a chance that it may go and crash. It may get broken, or due to some reason, there will be a failure. So I'll take a AMI of that. And for the data which is there, I will take a snapshot of that. So this is basically what I'm trying to do right now. Down the line, what I will do is, I will, with the images, I will try to link load balancer, auto scaling, and any static content which is there, I will try to put it here. Okay, so this is what I will try to achieve. But if you see carefully, everything here I'm doing manually. Means manually I'm creating the image, manually I'm doing the load balancing, manually I'm doing the auto scaling, manually I'm creating the RDS, manually I'm creating the read replica, manually I'm putting data in S3. In real-time scenario, you don't do all these things manually. Rather, you allow AWS to do all the things. So yes, so this is what I will try to do. Okay, now this diagram is not that clean. Yes. Okay, see, in the topmost, I'll introduce something called Route 53. Okay, I will have my own VPC, or I will create my own VPC. I will have public subnet and private subnet. I will have my load balancer and auto scaling. I will have my database in private subnet. I will have my cache in private subnet. I will have my DynamoDB. I will be using IAM. I will be putting everything in S3 bucket, something like this. Okay, but all these things I will not do manually. I will use a component of AWS called EBS or Elastic Beanstalk. And Elastic Beanstalk can manage all these things for me. And that is the beauty of cloud. So first, let me do it manually. I want to show you how much effort will it take if I have to do it manually. And then I will show you how much it will take if I'm doing it via Elastic Beanstalk. So this is what we have done, 22, 23. So this is what we have done. This is pending right now. So let's wait for this to be ready. This is something which I don't need from some previous class. Deregister. Just wait for this to come up. This is pending right now. Okay. Now, what I will do, first I will try to create auto scaling group, and then I will try to create your load balancer with this only. Okay. So let me just get ready with this. Now this is available. Now, because I have an image, because I have a backup, even if this instance, the main instance, which is this one, this is the main instance where I have installed everything. If this gets deleted, I'm not worried. So the main instance where the website was running is shutting down. Somehow it crashed. So this is my main website and it has crashed. So my customers will not be able to see this. Any configuration, anything which has been done here will not work. See here, it is not going to respond. It will fail after some time. So just wait for a minute. It will fail after some time. But I'm not worried because I had the DR in my mind. I had the disaster recovery plan in my mind. So I already have a backup, which is this AMI for me. Now using this AMI, I can get instances, but I don't want to do it manually. I will do it via auto scaling group. So click on auto scaling group. In auto scaling group, I will create an auto scaling group. I will give my PHP auto scaling group. It says, would you like to go ahead with launch template? I will say, okay, create a launch template for me. And here I will use my template. So I will say PHP launch template. Okay. Version is V1. Let me say version is V1. And I will use my AMI owned by me. So this is the PHP image which I have just now created. You can take this and instance type. Instance type for me is T2 micro. Key pair for me is Mumbai KP. Network for me, I'm right now putting it in my default subnet. Okay, the default VPC is what I'm using. I'm not creating a new one. In case you want, you can create a new one. The security group also is what I have created some time back. No, I want existing security group. Okay, and remove the subnet for, okay, it says remove the subnet. Do not include the launch template. Okay, it says do not include the launch template. So I'm removing this. Okay. Then I'm using this one. Okay. Description and all. Auto assign public IP I've done. Okay. Security group. I want this security group to be added. Okay. Hold on for a second now. Okay. So hold on. Common security group. Okay. Network setting also. Everything looks okay. Just let everything be there. 8 GB of storage. And let it be there. I'm not touching anything more. I'm going to create a launch template. Okay, I created a launch template, and the same launch template I'm going to use it here. Just refresh this guy. Bring here. You will see my PHP launch template version 1. You can go ahead and say next. VPC, I'm putting it in the default VPC. If you want availability zone, you mention, else leave it as it is. Instance type, what is mentioned here will be picked up. Next, saying use at least one. Okay, I will do in AP South 1, AP South B, AP South C. So all the three I'm choosing. Next. And as of now, no load balancer is there, but I can come here and say attach an existing load balancer, or I will attach it later once I create the load balancer. Now I will create it. So for me, I will say health check is 3. And I can go and say next. Now, what is the desired capacity? So minimum, I need 4 instances to be running. The minimum capacity, I will put it as 4 and the maximum as 10. Scaling policy is whenever the average CPU utilization for one instance is more than 50%, wait for 30 seconds and then enable it. Okay. Notification, if you want to send, you can send notification. Tag, if you want, you can add the tag. Next. So these are the details. Just go with all the details one by one and create an auto scaling group. So what will happen is automatically the capacity will get updated. And at any point of time, I will have 4 instances up and running. So I can come back here. As of now, it is showing 0, but soon I will see that 4 instances will come up and it will show me that they are up and running. See here, 2 have already started. 1, 2 has already started. In some time, you will see another 2 have come up. 2 is there. Another 2 will come up in some time. So I have told the capacity is 4. What I will do is I'll go to my load balancer and also create a load balancer. Now, all these things I have discussed before, but I'm just revising everything. I will create an application load balancer. I will create a load balancer. Load balancer is PHP load balancer. It is going to be internet facing IPv4. VPC is default. It can be here, here, or here. Then security group, you can remove this and use the security group, this one. This you remove, I don't want this one. Listener, who is listening? So HTTP port number 80, and the request will go to target group. But as of now, I don't have a target group. So I'll create one target group instance. Target group name, PHP target group. Default VPC, it is there. Health check will happen for index.php. And in advanced health check, you can say healthy threshold is for 5, means 5 times it will come and check whether it is responding or not. 2 times it will come and check whether it is responding or not. So unhealthy. Timeout is 5 seconds. This interval, you can bring it down, bring it to some 10. Okay. And success code is 200. Next. As of now, you see 4 instances have come up. So it says, would you like to select all of them? So I'll say, yeah, I would like to select all of them. And I will say, include as pending below. So all of them will get registered and I will create a target group. Okay, so all of them are there in my target group. And this is my target group. This is the old one. Let me just delete it. Okay, so this is saying the target group has been successfully created. I will go back to my load balancer, refresh this guy, come here. I can see my target group and I can go ahead and
Here adding the instance to the target group, right? When
yes.
any auto scaling, that means any instance extrally added to the load.
I'll configure that also. Give me 1 minute. So this is provisioning. Now, as of now, 4 instances were there. So I added all the 4 of them to my target group. But the question is a very valid one. In future, let me say these got deleted and new one got added. Then what will happen? So you have to go back to your launch configuration. Sorry, go back to your auto scaling group and go and edit the one which you have created. Sorry. Launch template, network, instance type. Here you see the load balancing option is there. You can say, I will add a new load balancer to my system. I have application load balancer. So come here, which is internet facing. Okay, so you will find your, wait a second, load balancer name, my PHP. One second. Hold on. I have created this only, right? Okay, so the name is this, my PHP, this thing, application load balancer. This is the name. This is internet facing, and I will attach it to my auto scaling group. And I will say this will be, the check will happen within every 15 seconds. Okay, come all the way down here and update it. Okay, so one of the required field is missing or invalid. Let me see who is invalid. Okay, route the target group. There's some problem here. Target group should be given. Wait a second. There is some problem here. Auto scaling group. Come here to auto scaling group. Okay, so as of now, 4 instances are running. That I can see here. I will go and try to edit this. Okay, and this is my auto scaling group. Edit. Launch template is okay. Network is also okay. Instance is also okay. Load balancing option. Create and attach new load balancer. No. Load balancer. Target group. This is the one. PHP target group. This is what I created. Now I will attach the existing load balancer to my auto scaling group. That's it. And just come here and say update. So now what will happen if these instances, these 4 instances which are running here right now, these 4 instances are running. I told my minimum capacity should be 4. So if these 4 instances are not responding or all the 4 are gone, then load balancer and secure load balancer and auto scaling group will make sure that they are bringing up another 4, and then load balancing is getting adjusted to the new 4 instances. Now, to check whether individual component is working or not, you can go to any machine's IP address and try.
Because here ultimately they will maintain the 4 count as it is.
Yes.
If
Yes.
though yeah, okay.
Auto scaling group, if you remember, while creating auto scaling group, I told that the minimum count should be 4. So at any point of time, that count of 4 will be maintained. So if I delete any one of them from here, automatically the other one will get created.
No, not that question. Actually, while running this, if anything like stuff like any traffic server down or something, so the auto scaling will be instead of that, one will, for example, out of 4, it is, if it is 2, so then 2 will be get auto scaled more.
Yes.
And okay.
Index.php. And you can see this came up. Okay, so this is 3, 110, 178, 23. This is this guy. Now let me say this guy. This thing. This is the IP address. This is responding. So individual machines are responding. I would like to check if the load balancer is responding or not. So let me just come here and say load balancer. This is my load balancer. Expand this. Expand further. This is the DNS name. Okay, copy this. Let's see this is responding or not. Okay, wait, I have to give index.php. And this is responding. Now, my load balancer is working. My individual EC2 is working. Now, worst case scenario, think of a situation where all these 4 get deleted. Somehow, some problem happened. all the 4 of them getting shut down. Okay. So these 2 were from earlier only. These 2 all are getting shutting down. So now what will happen? It is the work of auto scaling group to check how many instances are healthy. In the case instances are healthy, then it will go back and it will okay. So it is all got terminated. Okay, now all the machines are terminated. See the count here, 6. All the 6 are terminated. Now my auto scaling group will come here. Okay, auto scaling group. Now here, if I go to activity, maximize this. There's no activity as of now. Okay, how come? Auto scaling group, automatic scaling.
No, after some time it will
Yes,
like timing.
See, desired capacity, minimum capacity is 4. Okay, so after some time you will see 4 instances will come up. So as of now, something happened. See here, running 4. Let's go and see. No, nothing is running till now. So it has to see here, 1 came up pending. So 1 came up. Just see the time. See here, 1953. So 1 came up. Just now 1 came up. Let me keep refreshing. So 1 came up till now. Now, as of now, this will fail because none of them are running. But the see 503 service temporarily unavailable. Remember this error code. Okay, they may ask what is the error code if its machine is not responding. Where will we assign the custom domain name? I will tell you where you will assign the custom domain name. How could we know which EC2 system receives the request when? See, Srinivas, you will not come to know. That is an internal thing to load balancer. So there are 4 servers where the load is getting distributed. So you will never come to know which server is taking the request. In case you want a particular server, then you have to go and make changes in the target group. Okay, you have to fix the target group in that way. So let me just come back here, and this is working. Why? Because the instance would be up and running now. See here, this is up and running. So refresh this guy. So 1 instance is up and running as of now, and this server is also up and running. Now, one question is, where will I give the domain name? So in previous class, I showed you that there is something called Route 53 in AWS, which is a DNS name. So if I want to give a custom name like www.alibaba.com, so I will come here and register that name. Which name? This URL basically. This URL. Come here, create a hosted zone and give a name. So let me say my website name is alibaba.com. Okay. And it's a public one, means I can use anywhere. I'm assuming it is not actually true, but I'm assuming. Create a hosted zone. So now it is, anyhow, if you test, it will fail only, but you can come here and say edit hosted zone. Okay. Wait a second now. Alibaba.com.
Record.
Create record. Okay. Now you have to see what type of address is this. So I will come to my EC2. I will come here to load balancer. Maximize this. So it is a record. Okay. See here, it is a record. So come here. So subdomain is alibaba.com. So if you want, you can give any. So come here and say it is a record. See, these many types of records are there. Say it's a record. So when you say alibaba.com, where should it point? It should point here. Okay. And within 300 seconds, it should respond and create it. Okay, 1 second. Okay, HTTPS is not required. It is saying. Invalid value is not valid address encountered. This thing.php. Wait a second. What is the problem with this guy? Okay. Choose endpoint. So endpoint is for load balancer. Application or classic load balancer. Choose region. Region is AP South 1. AP South 1. Choose load balancer. This is what your load balancer name is. Okay. And then just go ahead and say create a record. So now it should go ahead and create it for you. But this A record is there. But the problem is it is not owned by you. So even if you go and say alibaba.com, it will route to the actual Alibaba. It will not route to your Alibaba or whatever you have given. Rather, you type like this, it will point here. So that is route 50. This is not free service. Please make sure that once your testing is done, whatever testing you're doing, you go ahead and delete this. So first come here, go to edit hosted zone. I have to just delete zone. I will try to delete it like this. Should not work. Delete.
Record we need to do.
Yes, that's a record whichever I created that I have to delete. This A record. I have to delete this. Once this is deleted, come back here, delete zone. Now you can delete it. Okay. So basically, value of IP address, no, IP address is not required because I am giving the load balancer, and load balancer does not come with the IP address. It comes with the domain name. Now, what all I have done, okay? I started with a single EC2 instance. I took that EC2 instance, and on top of that, I installed everything. And when I say everything, it means I installed my normal Ubuntu machine, okay, or Ubuntu operating system. On that Ubuntu operating system, I brought my application code. To run my application code, I installed PHP, and then I installed all the softwares, whatever is needed, which was there in the script. Then I moved everything to var www HTML. From there, I started running the stuffs on my individual EC2 instance. But I saw that this individual EC2 instance can fail. Because it can fail, I took an AMI of that. When I took an AMI of that, I got a backup in terms of snapshot and an AMI. Once I have the AMI, even if the main EC2 instance is deleted, I don't have a problem. With that AMI, I created a launch template, and with launch template, I created a auto-scaling group. With auto-scaling group, I was able to scale as per my demand. Now, just bringing the servers will not help me. So I created target group, and with target group, I had my application load balancer. So net, if you see, my application is looking something like this as of now. There are a few components which are not configured, but still, this is how my application is looking right now. So all the dynamic content I have put here on my instance. I have a RDS running in the background. I have the read replica connected to that. Any static content, what I want to push, I will push it to my S3. But to do this much, I had to bring a lot of services into picture. I had to do a lot of things from scratch. I even could not concentrate on the security aspect. Now, this time, when I have to do the work, I will go ahead and do the work in a better way. I will create all these things. I will create a better one, but using Elastic Beanstalk. And trust me, Elastic Beanstalk will take 50% of the effort what I have put here. Okay, so this thing I will do in the coming class. I will not do it today, but I will do it in the coming class. But you need to practice this much. This is the basic thing, whatever you will be asked, like what is load balancing? Why are you doing auto scaling? Or if the interviewer asks, tell me the infrastructure of your project. How are you managing HA architecture? Or how are you taking care of the load balancing thing? Or how do you scale as per your demand? So these things you need to mention. So basically when the interviewer says, explain what is your project. So you have to explain that, see, there is a developer. The developer is giving me the code in GitHub. What I do is I copy the code to my EC2. And once I have the EC2, everything installed, I go ahead and put everything on a AMI so that I have an image of that. I have the snapshot, so I have the data of that. In my website, there can be a static content, there can be a dynamic content. Static content I'm putting in S3, dynamic content I'm putting in my EC2 EBS. Why EBS, why S3, you know. Then there will be a database. This database is my RDS. RDS can get fixed. RDS can get busy. So I'll put everything on my read replica so that I will balance the load. Once all is done, I create an AMI of that and use that AMI to create launch template. Launch template is used in auto-scaling group. Auto-scaling means with demand, it will go up and down. Then I used load balancer to balance the load. Finally, I used Route 53 to give a DNS name or a human readable name. So this is how my setup looks like. This is a 3-tier architecture. Okay. I will enhance it. I will put more features to this, but bare minimum, you should understand this much. And once you're done with your practice, please delete everything. Whatever we have done here is chargeable. Okay. So should not come back saying, you know, because 1,000 rupees is my charge. Anyhow, we have shortcuts for that to avoid that, but still don't get into anything like that. Now, any questions if you have?
Okay, because in interview, they will ask exactly what you are doing.
The interviewer question can be something like this. Tell me your day-to-day activity, or tell me what have you done in your project.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I'll prepare you for all these things. Don't worry. But a generic question can be like this.
Vikas, can you please upload this today?
Yes, man. I will definitely do it, man. Every day I'm getting like forgetting, but tomorrow or tonight only I'll do it, man. Tonight only I'll do it. I'll share the link and then I'll do it, man. My bad. I am only not able to do it. I'll do it. Okay. See you then, man.
Thank you, Vikas.
Thank you, Vikas.
Yep.
Thank you.